All right, boys, welcome to the first episode of the BEERBULANCE. Now, behind me is our Ride-Off 105 series that we've rebuilt from the chassis up. Now, we're going to turn this thing into our BEERBULANCE. If you don't know what the BEERBULANCE is, pretty much like an ambulance, but for beers. So if you're out on the track, you're thirsty, give us a call, we come racing out, because that is fucking emergency. All right, so here is our blank canvas that we need to start the BEERBULANCE. Now with this thing, I'm thinking a bunch of crazy ideas, but first, I reckon we got to have a TV. So I reckon behind this EMU wing, lift it up and either the TV folds down or it's mounted in there. So TV, so that way when you're under the awning, it's just gonna be like being at the pub. And that's what we're going for. We're going for a pub experience on wheels. So we'll go in the back because this is where the main hub's gonna be. So got the drawers, we got our storage. I reckon this one, maybe throw cups and everything in there. That'll be sweet. Then for the esky, so I'm going to try and find a rear bar for this. And then we're going to cut the tyre carriers off the rear bar and have one for a mount for the esky. So that way it opens up this way, you can serve beers all day. Now on this side, we're going to have a Weber. So we're just going to have a Weber barbecue on the tyre carrier. So you can sit there, cook, have a beer on the beach. And this is where it gets really good. For our roof, what do you put up on a roof? You put a rooftop tent. They're shit, absolutely crap. Swag on the ground's the way to go. So for the roof, I'm planning on making a full-on operational driving range. Beer on tap, yes. So that's why the esky's going on the outside, because the beer on tap's gonna be on the inside. So I'm thinking like big full-size keg back there, and then it'll run through a fridge. The tap handles will be on the edge of the fridge. So this is pretty much the bar table for the operator. Pours your beer straight out into the beer garden. Just imagine a beer garden there. We have big plans for this thing. This is going to be absolutely epic. But if you have a good idea and you want to throw it in, drop it down in the comments. I'm going to read through everything and I've got a big list going of what we're going to put on this beast. But for now, I got some goods over there on the table. Throw them in the BEERBULANCE and get this thing sitting right. Let's get to it. All right, so on the table today, I've got full coil replacement airbags, so that's gonna make sure the beer has a nice ride, doesn't get shaken up. I've got a head unit from Banggood, that's gonna display our emergency locations. It's like a full portal hub for beer delivery. You're gonna need it. For the front, I've just got a standard 2-inch lift kit from Outback. Just chuck it in so that way it sits nice and level. So first up, I'm gonna chuck these in. Now these are a complete coil replacement. So you can imagine in the back of your car, you've got a big coil spring, and you're stuck with that. That's the height you're gonna have for the rest of your life, and it's gonna sag and it's gonna be rough. So I wanted something like this, so that way if there's no weight in the back, you can turn them down and it's still a nice comfy ride. If it starts dropping, I can raise it, so that way the car's always level. There's nothing that drives me more nuts than a car that's sitting like this, and there's nothing you can do about it without throwing spacers in or fucking buying another spring. So these should be good. So instead of a metal coil spring, this is just a bag of air. So you pump it up, the bag gets longer. If I can do it. So yeah, so you pump it up, the bag goes higher. Let the air out, the weight of the car pushes the bag back down. Simple as that. Yeah, we got these little air hoses, so they're going to go to these little valves for now, but I reckon I will be putting adjustment in the cab. So these will stick out the back so you can just pump it up and let it down as you want. But I'm definitely gonna get like a toggle switch or something that automatically adjusts it. So yeah, I'm gonna pull all the old stuff out, whack these in, and let's drop this sucker on its guts. It's gonna be riding like this down the road. So that's no air. I'm going to put some air on one side. Watch it come up. Alright, so that's the airbags in. I'm not sure if that's as high as you can put them, but I'm sure you can put them higher. So once we put our springs in the front, she's going to sit dead level. We can drop the arse down, put a flint block on the tow ball, sparks on the road, all the good shit. All right, moving on the front suspension now. This one's gonna be a lot more simple. Just pull the old coils out, throw the new ones in, job done.
Man, it is hot today. Whoa, it's hot out here, man. It is hot today.
These are our new coils for the front. 2-inch lifted. This is our old one. You see these are thicker steel. These are the way to go. The other one just fell out. But I do need to put some of these on. They're coil retainers, so the coil slips in there. That way, if you have longer shock and the coil slips down, it doesn't do what this one did and just fall out. Okay, sway bar's off. So taking the sway bar off takes that tension out of it. So that sway bar is pulling and it's going to hold it like that. As soon as you take it off, the diff's just going to flop down because it's got nothing else. Then the only thing you need to worry about from there is ripping your brake lines off, because pretty much that's all that's holding it. The only thing that really holds the coil in is the shock. If your shocks are too long, coil falls out. I know this, I've done this. It's cool to brag to your mates, apart from when you're forward driving at low flakes out and then you hear the coil spring hit the ground. That sucks. Well, you can have that one when I get the rear bar for it if you want. All right, so now we've got our suspension out of the way. That's the hard stuff. Now it's time for the fun stuff. So we're gonna put our friggin' head unit in that we got from Banggood. We just gotta pop our old head unit out. I can't remember how I put it in, honestly. There we go. Pop that out. Out should come. So, the difference. So this one here is about 250 bucks. 10 years ago, or I think 7 years ago exactly, I paid $600 for that thing. So this thing's like a full, it's just like an Android tablet essentially. So you get a lot more stuff on, you can play music, you can have Netflix, all the stuff. Where this thing, it's still asking to plug my iPod into, for fuck's sake. It's easy as matching up all the colors. Let's see if it turns on before we put it all back together, or it goes pop. It turns on. Here, we'll just turn that off for a second. We'll put it all back together and then we'll show you. Yeah. Here comes the peel. Oh, flash. Straight into music. Oh, we can't use this, can we?
Copyright.
Ah, YouTube. Now we type in sick 4x4. There we are. Yeah. Subscribe. She works, boys! Oh, I just kicked us out. All right, so now the head unit's in. Now it's time for something that I've been waiting for all day. You can't drink in this workshop, but once you're done working, oh, that's good. All right, so that's all our goods for the day done. We've got our airbag suspension in, we've got our coils in the front, new head unit. It's starting to look more and more like a car every day. I love it. All right, so that's the end of day one. We've still got a few more things to do, but I don't think we'll do the roof today because I got the inspection. So once we have the inspection, then we can go crazy. I think it's gonna look a bit funny if we rock up there and there's a green driving range on the roof. So we'll get our inspection done, then we'll throw that on there. This is the nicest car we've ever built. Like, sure enough, the Denny is a good looking car, but this has got so much more nice creature comforts straight off the bat than Denny ever will. It's starting to get a bit too flash now. I don't know how I'm gonna feel once we're done launching it into the dam. Alrighty, so we're off for the day. Oh, this is going down so well. Alrighty boys, day two, we're back in my place of residence. I had this thing inspected by the Department of Transport and the Queensland Police. They say it's A-OK. I'm just waiting on my second VIN number to come and she's ready for the road, boys. But before it goes on the road, we got to build our ultimate driving range. Now, we got a driving range that's going to go on the roof rack of this thing, so no matter where you are, you can hit a few golf balls. Alrighty, we need some materials. So we've already been to Bunnings, got our new AstroTurf, that'll make the golf field. We've got our board for the AstroTurf to go on, that'll make a sturdy base to stand on. We've also got some bolts, all the hardware to bolt this thing to our sucker of a roof rack. All that's left now is just smack it together, throw it up, and we'll send a few balls into orbit. Yeah, let's get to it. So here's our turf. All right, we're gonna lay this face down. So I got some measurements, got some board. Bunnings is nice enough to cut it all up for us. All right, I reckon about there. The probability of someone falling off this and breaking a limb, very high. Oh, these are the worst scissors ever. That's better. I doubt you really can. It's just like wrapping a present. Present from God. The driving range. Do the thing behind me, go. No one cares what it looks like. When in doubt, staple out. And there is our finished driving range. Look at that. Whew, absolutely perfect. Not looking too bad at all. But I know what you're thinking, where you're gonna hit the golf balls from. Already come up this. One on each side, that way if you're a lefty, we got something for you. Next step, we gotta install the sucker straight on the roof of the BEERBULANCE. You see, most people buy roof racks for putting their campers on, you know, just throwing spare fuel up. Not me. Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. This looks legit, man. This looks so good. Every day he drives past. If you're watching, you're a spastic. You know who you are. All right, I found the first floor. There is, and it's a massive one. I built a driving range, and there's no way to get there. I'm probably gonna break a back window. Oh, there we go. I made a driving range on my roof. Fuck yeah. That's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. All right, she passes the stability test. Now let's smack a ball off her. You gotta get down without dying yet. I feel a dog. Is there a dog? Oh, that's a chair. All right, we got to set up. It's pretty hard with the tennis ball. I'm sure with the golf ball is gonna be so much easier. I'm gonna try and give it a hit. Ready? Whoa! That was a good one. She works good, man. Well, she works real good. I absolutely love it. Now, we also found the most perfect storage for the golf club. This is total ass. Check this out. Straight in the rear storage. Unintentional, but I'll take that. That is awesome. All right, this pretty much concludes episode 1 of our BEERBULANCE. We still have a lot left to do. We still got to put a turbo on it, still got to get a sign written, and we still have a full keg system that needs to go in the rear for our beer dispense system. But other than that, stay tuned. Don't forget to jump on the Discord, jump on the Patreon. That's where it's all at. We'll see you there, boys. Catch you in the next one. Oh, shit, hold on. Stay hydrated. See you in the next one.